Okay, guys, so I want to talk about some history, some testimony. I don't share a whole lot about my life and things like that, but I will say I never ever want to be 16 again or 21 again. So my past has been a bunch of abuse. So I come from a background of child abuse, neglect, pain, shame, rejection, that type of life. And I remember one time when I was 16, I was lonely because of all the abuse, and I had met this guy, and I think he was maybe 27. He was a lot older than I was, and he gave me his number. He met me on a bus stop. I gave him my number, and he had this white Acura, and we would talk on the phone. And of course, at 16, I'm wanting to talk about my broken heart, my family, how things aren't working out. But when you've got a man who's 27, he's thinking other things. Okay, so one day he came by my house, and no one I came outside to talk to him, and he wanted to take me to the store. Let's go to the store up here. And the store was like it was called Country View, so it was around the corner, but it was like far if you had to walk, but in the car you could get there, maybe, I don't know, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. And I said, oh, okay. So I'm, in my little world, and I'm thinking I got a friend. I'm just still complaining and talking about my life, and no one had known that I left the house. I didn't tell anybody. And I had came outside, and I'm wearing like socks. And so I'm in the car, and we drive and we pass the store. So I'm already in fight or flight mode because of the life I've had to live up until that point, right? Without me going into all this stuff. And so we pass the store, and I'm kind of like thinking in my mind, okay, it's about to go down. It's about to happen. So what am I getting ready to do? Because I'm not giving nothing up. That's not what we agreed upon. We talked about going to the store and get some chips and some candy, and I was down for that. Nothing else. So we passed the store, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, where am I at? How far am I have to run? What I'm getting ready to do? So when I finally got my plan in my mind, I said, okay, we passed the store. He was like, yeah, I know. Let's go to the park over here. Let's go ahead and go to the park. And I'm already knowing the park is Swope Park, okay? And the park is like, it sits valley low from the street. So we're driving on the street, and the park he's trying to take me to, which is right here, is deep. And from the street, you can't see into the valley. So I'm like, okay, it's about to go down. We get to the park, park our car, and we open the door. I get out. He's trying to hug and touch and do extracurricular stuff that I didn't sign up for. So I give him the knee, and I'm running. I'm running with all the might, and I was a track star. I'm putting every effort I've got into this whole thing. I'm sprinting. I'm going fast as I can. I know for a fact I've left him in the dust. Okay. So I take a second to look back, and he's right there. So I'm screaming, ah! So, and I'm trying to make it to the street. So make it up out of the valley onto the sidewalk. So if you pass out, you die, you get killed. Whatever happened to you, unalive, somebody can see you. You right? So by the time I make it to the sidewalk, to visibility, to reality, I look up. Okay, so I'm looking, and I'm crossing the street because I'm like, okay, if he comes up the road, he has to come this way. I need to be on the opposite side of the street so he can't, get me or whatever. So I'm looking both ways. I'm nervous, and I'm running home. I can't breathe, and I have asthma, so I'm about to pass. I don't have my inhaler or nothing like that, but I'm going anyway. Okay, get home. So I managed to make it home. Okay, I get to the door of my house. I look at my socks. I've got holes. They're all ate up from me having to run, like a track star from this situation or whatever. I get to the door. I dust everything off, take a deep breath, and never tell a soul. My family, my mom, no one ever knew. And I want to tell you guys that to tell you this, right? We all have different pasts. We all have a story, okay? And I know when we look at it, right, we can, hold on to the pain and shame and grudges and things like that of the things that happen to us, right? But when we learn release, okay, God is in the midst of everything we go through. He never leaves you. He never forsakes you, okay? So no matter what you've been through, no matter the past that you've ever had, okay, that you've had to overcome, right? Because I'm sure other people have different stories that I've had, different levels of pain and shame that they've had to go through than what I've had to go through, right? But rest assured, okay, God loves you. He sees you, and he gives you beauty from ashes, okay? So whatever you're going through is not the end, okay? So stay positive, stay, in the word, and stay blessed.